Hello everyone, in this tutorial we're going to show you how to make your very own Christmas decorations. This one in particular is going to be your very own Christmas star decoration, so you can use these for loads of different things. I'll just give you a wee idea what it looks like. If I hold this up and show you. Now you might see something similar to this behind me. If you look over here, just sitting on the computer there, we've got some of these very things as well. What we've done is we kind of set it up like a string, but there's lights in there as well, so they glow in the dark or they light up at night. And you can make something like that. You can kind of make two of these together to put on top of your Christmas tree, and you can have them as decorations for your Christmas tree. So there's basically loads of different things that you can do, and I'm going to show you how to make them. Very, very simple and very straightforward. So what you're going to need is a ruler, a pencil, some card, of course, and also a pair of scissors. That's it. That's all you need. 4 things. And a wee bit of time. So I'd say the first time you make this, it might take you 10 minutes to make. The next time, 5 minutes, and so on and so forth. So the more you make, the better you get at it. So what I'm going to do is flip over to the other camera now so you can see what we're doing. And basically, yeah, this should take a few minutes to do. So let's do that now. So first of all, this is our page. And what I'm going to show you here, first of all, is basically how to get 2 out of an A4 page. All right. So at the very, very bottom of this page, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my ruler and I'm going to mark out 12 centimeters and 24 centimeters. Okay. So if I mark out 12, first of all, which is here, and then 24. So I don't lift the ruler when I'm doing this. 24 centimeters is here. Right. So what I'm doing is I'm basically looking to make a square 12 centimeters by 12 centimeters, right? And I'm going to make 2 of those. So if I draw another line here now at the 12 centimeter mark, and I'm going to draw it 12 centimeters high and make sure it's straight as well. All right. There we go. There's our first line, 12 centimeters. Okay. Then what I'm going to do next is I'm going to do our next line, and our next line is going to be the same again, only it's going to be up at the 24 centimeter mark. But it's basically it's a way to get 2 out of the one page. And you'll see what I mean now if I flip over to the other camera and just move the microphone out of the way so you can see it. So there's the first line. Then the next line is here, and this is going to be 12 centimeters as well. Make sure it's nice and straight, which it is. So another line straight down. So there we go. So we're going to use this section and this section, but not the rest. So we've nearly got 2 squares, 12 centimeters by 12. The next thing we need to do is just draw a line directly across here as well, just to box off the 2 squares. So I'm just going to go directly from one side of the page to the other. Okay, so this is our paper now, right? So we're not using this part. We're not using this part up here either. So the only thing that we're using is this and this. So we're actually going to get 2 stars out of this one page. So you can use scissors to cut these sections out, but I'm going to use a guillotine because it's a wee bit quicker. But you do not need a guillotine for this. You can use a pair of scissors. So I'm going to cut these lines out now. So this will give us 2 squares that are 12 centimeters by 12 centimeters. Okay, we don't need that. Let's cut this one out now as well. You can actually, like that star that I showed you there earlier on, you can color that into, you know, you have a look at this. You can color that in whatever way you want. You can actually use glitter on it. You can use fake snow, and you can make, you know, you can make loads of different types of stars as well. I'll go through some of the other things that you can use at the end. I'm going to keep mine nice and plain. I like them plain, but maybe you would prefer, you know, some design or something on there. So if you do, the world is your oyster. You can kind of knock out whatever you want because it's your own. And, you know, the chances are no one else will have this as well. So you can't buy this stuff in the shop, which is really, really cool. Okay, so basically now, this is, if I was to measure this, each one of these should be 12 centimeters. Thereabouts, 12 centimeters by 12 centimeters. That's pretty close. I'm happy enough with that. Okay, so to make this work, we need to fold this 4 ways. All right, so let's look at the first one. So we change the square into a rectangle by folding it in half. and just make sure that it's exactly in half. Okay, you want those corners to match, and then you'll end up with a really nice rectangle. Okay, I'm going to use my ruler now. So that bend that I've made there, I'm going to just run this up and down the bend just to make it nice and smooth. Okay, beautiful. So the next bend now is the really important one. So if I measure this, because this is half at 12, that should be 6, and it is. Now what I want to do is I want to make a mark here 2 centimeters down. All right, so that's a third, 2, 4, 6. All right, so you can see that mark there. What I want to do now is I want to take the right part of the page and fold it over, and basically the point here at the bottom, I want that to go right over to where I've marked that 2 centimeter section. All right, and if we do this, you'll see what happens now in a wee second. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just tidy that up a wee bit, like so. There we have it. So now we should have like a triangle here, right? That triangle shape, and that's really important. Keep an eye on that triangle shape. Now, you need to do this next part, and it's a wee bit confusing at the start, but after you do it a few times, it's not too bad. We flip the page over, right? So we're going just over like so. That triangle that we've seen, what we're going to do next is we're going to basically fold that triangle in here now, and just line it up. So if I show you here like that, we're just basically folding it back on itself. I'm going to use the ruler again just to tidy that up a wee bit. Right, so now we're left with this, and yeah, so I'm going to just show you that at another wee angle. That's what we're looking at now so far. Okay, beautiful. And okay, so this is what we have. So this is where we folded the triangle back. All right, so now what we need to do is we need to flip the page around, and then we need to fold it over on itself. So if I fold this over on itself now, and we're going to make like another triangle. Basically, a lot of this revolves around triangles. Right, so we make something like this, and I'm going to just make sure that this is nice and tight as well. by just running the ruler over it. Okay, excellent. Now we have this. All right, so this is what this should look like so far. The next thing that I want to do is essentially move this around like this. Okay, so you have a like a pyramid up here, and then something that kind of half resembles a triangle here, a wee bit here. So you should have this big bit up here, another bit here to the left, which is bigger than the bit to the right. Okay, so it should look like this. So when you're holding like this, what we do now is we use our scissors to basically cut a section out, and we're cutting out a triangle. So basically we're cutting across here. So you want to go like kind of halfway down here. So if I just like say, you know, that's kind of halfway there. So I want to do something like that. Okay, so I'm going to cut up there essentially. So this is the part that we keep, and this part down here is the part that we throw away. So we throw away quite a lot, but all these bends that we've done so far allows us to get our star shape. Now we're not done. Once we do this, there's a few other wee things that we need to do. And I'm going to show you what they are now. So the part that we needed just bounced off the screen there. So we get rid of this part, and we now focus on this part. So if I start opening this up, we're going to get our star. Now, at this stage, if you want to make holes, if you want to cut holes out like this one, now's the time to do it. You might not want to do that. You might not want to cut holes out in it at all, and that's up to you. Again, it's your art, it's your Christmas decoration, so you can do what you want. I'm going to cut holes in it, all right? So basically, now that all of these are folded, if I cut into this, I'm going to cut a triangle into it. It's going to cut it into each and every section, just like this, all in the one go. So this is the best time to do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of look the middle, roughly, and then I'm going to put a triangle. So I'm going to cut in at an angle. I'll need a good pair of scissors for this too. There's quite a lot of pages to cut through. Okay, and then I'm going to cut it on the side too. So zoom in here so you can see that. That's what I've cut out of this. Lovely. Let's get all of that out of the way. So let's open this up now and see what we have. It works. See? There we go. So we've got the start of our star. Now, this next point, it takes a wee bit of time to get your head around. So this isn't going to look very well at the minute. It's just sitting wobbly, right? There's nothing defined or anything about it. So basically, if you kind of look at this a wee second, there is tips, right? You've got pointy tips, and these are longer than these sections here. I want to focus on the shorter sections before I focus on the longer sections. So what we need to do is we need to bend one of these up and the other one down. So the ones that we bend down, I'm going to focus on those, but I'm going to flip it around. So I'm going to focus on the short ones first of all, right, which are these. So I'm just going to take this and just run my fingers across it like so. I'm going to go to the next one that I need to fold up this way. Some of them will be the wrong way around, and that's just part of it. That's kind of how it works. So you need to make sure that you're folding it the right way. It may take you a wee bit of time to get your head around this. I know it took me a wee bit of time to get my head around it. Sure, that's grand. So if you don't get the first one, try it again. We get there. Okay, so I've done all of those now. There's only a few of them. So what I'm going to do now is, so I've done all of those here. So the next thing I need to do is flip the page around again and just bend it the other way. And now I'm going to do the bigger ones. So let's do that. So there's the bigger pointier ones. Okay. So I'm going to do all of those now. There's 5 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So now I'm just going to make sure that they're all sitting nicely. Ta-da! There we have it. Simple as that. So that's going to take a wee bit of time to get the hang of, but the good thing about this video is you can watch it as many times as you want. I'm going to do one more, and I'm going to do this one really quick, see how fast I can do it. But that's it. That's your star, and you can light that up now and do whatever you like with it. So let's do a slightly different color this time. Let's go for a nice yellow. Okay, so works the exact same way. You get your square, you fold it in half. Make sure that the sides or the corners match up. So, oh, bad job. Right, I'm going to leave that one because I've already created maybe groove. So let's go maybe with this kind of pinky color instead. All right. So let's match up the colors again. Let's take our time this time though. That's what happens when you try and rush things. So that's pretty well matched there, I think now. Yeah, looks good. So get the ruler and let's mark out our 2 centimeters. You can take a guess at that as well if you want, but it does have to be pretty accurate. So I'm going to fold and bend this up again now. Beautiful. Then remember this triangle is the next thing, right? This wee triangle here. But what we do is we flip the page around and bend the triangle back like so. Then we have to flip it again. Then we bend it over on itself until we get this nice triangle. So all these points up here kind of have to meet up as well. Just like so. And then what we can do is we can put the ruler up it again just to basically grooves a wee bit better. Okay, so now that we have this, we basically need to have it in this angle here. We have it in this angle here. We then need to cut out a triangle. So we're cutting out the triangle here. So something like this, right? So this top section here is what we're going to keep, and then the other section we're going to throw away. So we're going right in the corner. You can see here, and I'm going to create a nice triangle. And just be careful when you're doing this. Okay, excellent. So I can chuck this part away, and this is the part that we use. Okay, so again, now I have this triangle here. I'm going to cut out the holes. See here, I'm going to do it all in the one go. Then I'm going to cut in here. So cutting at an angle. A wee bit harder because you're going through a lot of paper here. Then we can just pop that out. And this is pretty much all of it, bar the folding. The only thing that you need to do next is your folding. As I say, the folding can be kind of tricky. So once I pull this out, I'm going to flip it like so. Then I'm going to do the smaller lines first, and then I'm going to flip it again to do the larger lines. So let's do the smaller lines, which are the... You're kind of folding one, missing one, folding one, missing one. Okay. Then once you do that, you flip it the other way around, and then you do the bigger ones. 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Please, one here. Just need to go back and do it again. Okay, flip it around now. See how that looks. Sometimes you have to do a wee bit of fine tuning as well. That's okay. There we go, done. And I think that's equally as good as the others. So what you could do as well is you can take 2 of these and you can glue them together if you wanted to make, you know, a whole rather than 2 halves, if that makes sense. It depends on what you're doing with it. So, you know, you could line these up. I'm not going to do it now, but you get the idea. You could line those up and basically make a whole one out of that if you wanted to. So that's a quick and easy way of making some really, really nice decorations for the house or for the Christmas tree or anything along those lines. I'll just give you another wee angle here. So that's 3 there. It didn't take too much time to do that, really. But I hope you enjoyed that. You know, there's loads of other things that you can do as well with these. You can put them pretty much anywhere, really. And I think just that's good fun as well, just to sit and kind of mess around with some of this stuff yourself. There's just so much that you can do. So that is pretty much everything for now. So I'm signing off, and hope you enjoy your Christmas and you get all the presents that you want. And yep, hopefully you enjoy making some Christmas decorations as well. And I'll see you all very soon. Thanks, folks.